The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is our reaction to the All Access with David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. Ned the TBE has confirmed he hasn't watched it yet, but Conspiracy has. What was your reaction to it?
I I like the family dynamic of this episode. However, there was no tension between David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade's team. You know, it was like mutual respect, all love. There was no conflict. You know, they respect each other's skills. So I was just like, eh. But when they talked about, David Benavidez's like relationship with his brother and his dad, I thought that was dope. Especially like when you hear about Jose Senior, like his backstory and him growing up and dealing with molestation and all of that stuff. Like he pushed his kids really, really hard, and like they even talk about it like briefly on the All Access. Like the father pushed him so hard that they were on the verge of like splitting up. You know what I'm saying? And so the fact that they all stayed together, and that they train together and everything, and they're preparing each other, they motivating each other for this big day. I thought that was nice, man. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing David with his girlfriend or his wife, I'm not too sure, but his significant other and his son, that was dope. And to see like, Marquez and Mike Tyson showing him love, and like Marquez was like, he surprised me when he was like, yo, we rooting for you when you fight against Canelo. I was like, uh-oh. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope. So they did a great job with showcasing Benavidez's like side of things. But on the boo-boo side, it was just like my man's in the gym, my man's getting a haircut, and he's just clowning around, and that was it on the Demetrius Andrade side. So I kind of feel like hopefully if they have another episode, they go into, maybe Andrade's Cape Verdean roots, like his family, his kids, like something, you know what I mean? Like especially for Boo Boo, like this is his opportunity to win over some fans, you know what I mean? Like, and it just seems so weird that the focus is, it seems almost like All Access is pretty much putting all their money on David Benavidez beating Boo Boo, and so Boo Boo's just another obstacle that David Benavidez has to go through to get to hopefully Canelo, you know what I'm saying? Or if not Canelo, at least Charlo next or something. So I don't know. I think like Demetrius, like he has to, whenever they do the next press conference, he has to, it's more than just making jokes. He has to be witty. He has to be clever. He has to showcase why he's like that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like they did talk about in the All Access, he's dropped every guy that he's faced. That was cute, but we know that he knocked them all out. But he'll drop guys early. But
We were at a fight. He dropped the dude like 8 times.
yeah, oh yeah, what was that? What do we call him? Charlemagne the Giraffe. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that fight was crazy. But like I don't know. I kind of feel like I like the episode, but I liked it for David Benavidez, not necessarily for Boo Boo. And I promise you, Boxing Bro family, I'm not saying this because I have some type of hidden bias or a hidden agenda. I just really feel like, Showtime put more energy on the Benavidez side than they did Boo Boo's side.
All right. Nah, I agree with you. It did feel that way because they usually try to level it off, but I wonder if that was because they had so much invested in Benavidez, like you're saying, or the fact that Demetrius Andrade really just isn't being engaging and really didn't have much to show. Like you said, it seemed like he was just training, like he wasn't showing anything but him training and him working out. And I think it's a missed opportunity, really, for I think it's a missed opportunity for both David Benavidez and for Demetrius Andrade. And I say that for this reason. The first, 24/7, I remember, was with Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Money Mayweather. And in fact, I believe that was the origin of, say, 24/7 all access type of shows where they follow you with cameras in the build up to the fight. And Floyd Mayweather showed him throwing money and being flashy and all this stuff. And that's where the perception where Money Mayweather and a lot of people fell in love with Money Mayweather, seeing him do all that stuff. And they showed Oscar, and Oscar had, but the one thing they had was real animosity for each other, and it showed and it carried on, and it was, they had like 5 parts to it, I remember. And I remember watching it thinking, yo, I have to see this fight. And I remember it happened during blackout weekend in college, and I'm like, yo, which is like the biggest weekend for us in college, and I was like, deuces, I'm gonna go watch that fight. So I think David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade are missing their chance to connect with the audience. I think David Benavidez is trying to do that, but I feel like he's still not really doing it. And I feel I can understand why he's not, because his story is one, like he does say like I was fat and they were making fun of me and certain things, and it can backfire when you connect with the audience and you open up like that. It can backfire. But I do think he's at least trying. Demetrius Andrade is really like, what do we know about him that we didn't know already? What have you shown the people? What have you shared with the people? Like he talked about, and I know there's more. And if he's going to go any deeper to connect with the people, you got to look at it as an opportunity to sell yourself to the public. When you have all access, you have to show the people, why should we care about David Benavidez? And why should we care about Demetrius Andrade? David Benavidez sold. He was a fat kid who had to get in shape and was boxing with his family. They almost split, like G said, but they stuck together. And now they're fighting on this card together as a family. They sold that. And you can feel that. And I'm sure some people connected with that. What did Demetrius Andrade sell you? Working out?
Yeah.
Fighting since you was a kid? Your dad pushing you hard? That's Timothy Bradley's story too, dog. I saw that with Timothy Bradley. Like, you feel me? What do we know about Demetrius Andrade? That he's athletically gifted? That he's a hard worker? Anyone who gets, most people get all access are like that. So again, you didn't really tell the casual observer why they should care about Demetrius Andrade. And I think that's a missed opportunity. Lastly, and I'm done with it, I know they're trying to avoid it. I guess they don't want to make it look like they're building their fight off of Canelo's name. But I think they missed the opportunity to get the public excited by saying the winner of this fight should fight Canelo next. Mm-hmm. The public should demand that we get Canelo next. Like, there's not enough of that. But you got to get the people watching excited about you fighting Canelo. You got to say it, speak it into existence, like, yo, I'm doing this to fight Canelo. And you saw David Benavidez kind of did that. The Mexican people, like, we got you over Canelo. We want you over Canelo. Again, Demetrius Andrade doesn't really go into it. They don't show Demetrius Andrade calling out Canelo and him saying, you're a horrible fighter. You're a horrible fighter. Like, you want payday, and him like getting in it. You know what I mean? I feel like they could have done more, and I hope they do more if they're going to do another one, because this one kind of felt flat for me, especially on the Demetrius Andrade side. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, you can listen to our podcast on all major streaming services. Let us know what you thought of the All Access in the comment section. We are the Boxing Bros.